sure you let the bank or the companies know that, because you don't want to be in Bangladesh and have your credit or your debit card cut off, because that would definitely be, it's not a huge problem because most of the things are covered in the trip, so you can certainly do it, but I'm sure there are things you'd want to do there. So do let them know, and let them know how long it is. But usually we find the biggest, the most common emergency is nothing with crime or this and it's people because you're excited, you're traveling, you're probably tired, maybe at first you have jet lag, you lose stuff, you leave it behind. You take this out and you leave it behind somewhere, and that gets kind of messy. So really the main thing is just to try to keep track of things and don't put things in different places. If you have your passport, if you're carrying your passport with you, you put it in this pocket, keep it in that pocket, because otherwise you'll go in there and you'll start panicking, oh, it's not in that pocket, and it'll be somewhere else. But there's lots of good information there. So anyway, let me turn it over back to these guys.
Dr. Mukherjee.
No, I mean, I came late, I'm sorry. I am one of the coordinators along with Debbie. So, I'm sure most of the discussion is over. And if you guys are having any questions, I'm going to meet you guys in JFK Airport. I'm going to carry some information, each individualized folders from Tom. With you should have the photographs and names of all the participants, all important contact information. We are going to add some, the contact information in Bangladesh, like American Embassy and others. I'm going to give that to you. We are going to have a little bit of chat at the airport, and then see you guys off. And that's what I'm going to do. But if you guys have any questions, you can direct that to me.
Are we supposed to bring laptops? I
Well,
was looking at the syllabus, and the syllabus said that we were doing group projects the second week, and I didn't know if we were expected to bring our laptops.
Well, you can bring your laptop. One of the things that we can arrange is, usually most of the laptop has that, that plug point compatibility of different voltage range. So in Bangladesh you can bring it, and we will give you a converter where you can put American kind and then they will convert it to a Bangladesh kind. But you would not need a laptop. If you I would advise against it because it's kind of traveling around. You need just a pad and a pen, and in the evening we are going to have reflection session. I would encourage you every day to before you sleep. At this time we have arranged the program in a way that it will not really exhaust you to death. So you can always have some time to just put something down, your reflections or something at the end. Make it a practice. Consider this as a qualitative research field trips. In qualitative research field trips, one of the practices that researchers develop is writing memos to themselves. So before they go to bed, they write a memo saying that this is what I learned today, in a very short way, so that it comes back to you. It becomes a data eventually when you see it at a later date. So I would encourage that you should do it. And microcredit is a huge field, and I would, because we are also meeting Professor Yunus. It's a very good opportunity for you guys to really ask him questions. So I would recommend you that you go to the website of the organizations you are visiting, learn about their projects, and find out what part of microcredit. Microcredit is just a tool. It's a tool towards human development. There are lots of good things said about it. There are lots of criticism about it. So how effective tool is that? And whatever your education is, whatever your field is, how it is going to play a role. So if you can carve out that little thing and ask more specific questions on that area, and then in the evening reflection, talk about your thinking, talk about your worries, concerns, your suggestions, and that would be a discussion where we're going to process things together. Remember, maybe at times you're not going to follow the discussion routines the way we have put it in the table. Lots of things comes up. That's our experience with India. But we would definitely have a few of those discussions where you will come with your be much more easily come if you do a memo to yourself every day. So microcredit as it relates to healthcare, microcredit as it relates to say social entrepreneurship, self-help groups, and how self-help groups has empowered impoverished women in a culture which is completely against any kind of woman entrepreneurship. So there are various slices of microcredit. It's a huge topic, and it's basically an economic topic. And what you're trying to do is trying to see if so many countries are adopting this new technique. Why are they doing it? Why this is becoming one of the social development and social work tool? And is it a tool that can be adopted in the U.S.? What is the cultural signifiers? That these things work in these certain cultures, like in Bolivia, it's working pretty well. In Bangladesh, it's working pretty well. In India, it's working pretty well. In America, from 1986, Dr. Yunus is starting to introduce something with Bill Clinton in Arizona, in Arkansas, and it did work. And what is it? Now, recently, Grameen Bank had started something in New York. They have opened a branch, and they wanted to work with the New York, Brooklyn, Bronx, and that area. Are they going to work? And what are the cultural changes that? These kind of discussions where you bring your American perspective and give those guys and get there and see that cultural differences on your area. So if you prepare yourself a little bit and don't take this just as a trip, this is something where you're going with this is not just a general study abroad trip. We are going and we're going to learn a lot of terms, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of reading before is going to help a lot. So don't go as an academic traveler. Go as an serious academic, so that you're going and learning these things from these folks, and they're really dirtied their hands doing this business. So that's what I would advise you.
That's good, that's very good, thank you.
All right.
So yeah, if you have any question, you can ask me. I think we shall wrap it up in next 5 minutes.
What is this pizza coming from? How is this